Here we have an example from 12.6 where we're finding the probability of a compound event. Here we have a board game and there are 20 cards shown. What we're going to do is select two cards. Two cards are selected at random from this deck. Calculate the probability of selecting a monkey on the first draw and a bird on the second draw. And we're going to have two different problems here. The first one we're going to have with replacement, and the second one would be without replacement. So let's first look at this problem assuming that once we draw the first card, we're going to put it back. We're going to replace it. So because of, and you would see in this problem the word and, we've got two events occurring. So we want to know to find the probability of both A and B, and the formula would use multiplication. So we find the probability of the first event, which in this case would be drawing a monkey on the first draw, and then the probability of drawing a bird on the second draw, and we'll assume that we replace that card. So to find the probability that on the first draw we would draw a monkey, there are 5 cards that have a picture of a monkey on them out of a total of 20 cards. So the probability of drawing a monkey would be 5/20. Now if I replace that card, then the deck or the set of cards will look identical to the way it began. So then the probability that I would draw a bird on the second draw, there are 5 birds, again total of 20 because we replaced the card. So the probability of a bird on the second would be 5/20. Now to multiply, we would simplify those fractions. There is a common factor of 5 both in the numerator and the denominator. So 5 times 1 over 5 times 4, I could cancel out the 5 and I'd be left with 1/4 times, this fraction also reduces to 1/4, which would give me 1/16. You could use your calculator, and even before simplifying we could have, let me move this up so you can see it a little better, 5 divided by 20, so 5/20 times 5/20 equals, do this, 0.0625, but you'll probably be asked to give this answer in a fraction form. It does say type an integer or a simplified fraction. So we can change this decimal back to fraction form by second and the table key, which would give me 1/16, and that's what we got here as well. Okay, so next let's look at the same problem but without replacement. So on the first draw, the probability of drawing a monkey on the first draw would be the same, 5 cards with monkeys on them out of a total of 20. But then what happens on the second draw, if I don't replace this card, let's look back up here. So if I don't replace the card, and you do assume that there was a success on the first draw. So if I now eliminate this card because we haven't replaced it, I have a total of 19 cards. There's still 5 bird cards left. So we would have 5, but this time out of 19. So as we try to simplify before we multiply, 5/20 we said above would reduce to 1/4. 5/19 won't simplify, which would give me, multiplying across the top and bottom, 5/76. 5 divided by 20 times 5 divided by 19. I get the decimal form of that answer, and then if I change it back to a fraction, it'll give me that same 5/76.